Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester. We are at 44 Main. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Sun trying to peek out. I'm here with Chris Langagalangagopoulos, Nicole Wadsworth.
It's like you don't even know me.
He chokes on that every time.
I know, I feel like I want a sound effect.
It's not good with names.
I know, it's
burning.
hard to not, I know, it's.
I have to burn a lot of cells trying to get there. Jimmy Dalpiaz is hovering.
I'm the man in the middle.
He's the man in the middle. Not necessarily backdoor Jimmy right now, but man in the middle Jimmy. And Pat Dalpiaz is working the comments in her little
Good morning.
in her little hovel,
Enclave.
her enclave.
My tight little corner here.
That is a good way to describe it. We are in full swing of false spring. Hey, that was a good little.
That was pretty good.
Say that 10
full
times.
swing
You
of
had that
false
one out.
spring. False spring.
Full swing, false spring. I don't think that's alliteration, is it?
No.
It's something. Full swing, false spring. False spring is now normal spring, which is just an extension of winter. I think we've all come to,
Which sucks.
which sucks. Thank God we're going away.
Ugh.
Need to be warm. Nicole could use manpower next Saturday if anybody wants to help her move. She's
Especially if you're a single
manpower.
guy.
if you're a
Manpower.
single man with a huge
Muscle.
truck. With a huge
Country
with a big-
music playlist of
With a
loves.
big bed in the truck.
So we've been hearing some of Nicole's things for of her what she likes in a man. She likes guys that like country music.
This is not in the show notes
Not
at all.
on the note.
Every time I sit down, I mean, I welcome the
No,
help,
you
but
do
it
like-
is funny.
You,
I love country music.
you like country music, more like the kind of like beachy country music.
Yeah, well, country music too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She loves to laugh.
she loves to laugh.
Oh,
Top line in her Grinder profile.
I don't have
I
Grindr
like-
profile. Stop.
Oh, what's it called?
I don't even have one anymore.
He's deleted it.
I mean, it ran out.
The money ran out. Did you do the high priced one? The one that's like you have to pay
No.
$5,000 and it ensures that you're only meeting guys.
God, that would be so depressing.
Yeah.
Good morning, Gloucester.
No, what else? What are some of the other criteria? What are you looking for in a man? No, in all fairness, like what are some of the qualities? What are some of the qualities you like in a man?
That help.
Oh, good thing.
I don't know. No, really. I mean, are we really gonna do this right now?
Yeah.
I
This is serious.
Yeah, this is awkward. No, I don't know. I mean, poor Chris and Jamie have to hear this all the time. It's not even.
Oh, we love
I'm
it.
like the proverbial like third, fifth, seventh, ninth wheel. Like all of my like best girlfriends are all happily married and whatnot, and all of you guys are all happily married. So it's not even that. It's just
I'm
like
not
wanting
married.
like that. Well, you know what I mean. You might as well be.
You want a companion?
It's just that like go-to person. Like I was looking at a list of concerts that a friend of mine has available before I met up with Chris and Jamie yesterday. And I was like, oh, that'd be great. But then like, you don't have that go-to person. You know what I mean? Like who's going to leave their spouse that day to come hang out? And again, I'm like unbelievably lucky to have a million great friends from like a bunch of different, places. Like I went out with hockey friends last night and I had, like I said, my best group of girlfriends and I have Good Morning Gloucester, but I don't have that go-to person.
See, my
So
wife,
that go-to person would like country music and would want to like up for anything, like
a friend,
up for like
travel.
a quick little getaway all the time and like hop in the
Adventure.
car and going someplace on a Saturday. And my friend laughs at me because it always involves like an element of live music and day drinking, but just bouncing around and being available, But yes, laughing and country music and a cute flannel shirt would help.
Cute flannel shirt. Mark the tape.
I think though, like someone in your position, that you're the only one who thinks of being the third, fifth, seventh
Right,
wheel.
yeah.
Like couples never think like, oh, we're gonna bring Nicole the third
Absolutely.
wheel.
No,
Nobody
Absolutely.
ever thinks that way.
Well,
So that's-
Jimmy might be watching, and he calls me Hucklebuckle all the live long day. So I find it endearing, but like
So my wife has very limited social capacity. So she'll go out for like once, and then and she'll be the life of the party, super fun, and then like literally like does not want to go out for like 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
But Jimmy and Pat, I'm the third wheel for Jimmy and Pat all the time,
I
but
am
I never
sometimes too,
I
yeah.
never feel funny.
Well, so last night I went out for dinner with 4 couples, so there were 9 of us, and it was funny how many times like we had to pull over an extra chair because there was like a little mishap with the reservation, and like the number 9, like, oh, you need 9 glasses of water. Oh, you need 9 please. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm the 9th, but like it is funny.
You
And I really don't
I
mind.
think you think
Yeah, and I don't mind. Like they never make me mind. They never make me mind. I don't. But it would be nice to have that go-to person.
I hear what
You
you're
know
Number
what I
saying.
mean?
9,
Like-
Nicole.
Right?
We'll remember that.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Gotta play that number now.
We have several awesome prizes today. Chris Langenagel, why don't you describe what these are, Chris?
Solar eclipse glasses.
As a pair.
A pair of glasses. Yes, if you didn't order yours.
So if you
for
have a
tomorrow-
couple, if you have
for
a partner,
tomorrow's solar. I mean, if Nicole wins, she can take one,
Right.
and then she give the other to another single person.
that's right.
Yeah.
Everything comes in twos. Case in point.
And then we have from Masshole Biscuit Company. They very generously donated. We're going to give away one thing here. Chicken broccoli Alfredo. These are dog treats, all natural. The ingredients for this: all-purpose flour, cornmeal, whole wheat flour, chicken stock, broccoli, Parmesan, yogurt, vitamin C. Absolutely everything in here is like natural. I was buying cat food the other day, probably about a month ago actually, and the woman said, take a look at the woman at the store actually said, take a look at the ingredients on your cat food, because not all cat foods are made the same. Some have a lot more wholesome ingredients, like especially in the first 5 listed ingredients, try to get the ones. These ones, you don't have to worry because they are 100% natural. And from what I don't have a dog myself, I have a cat, and I'm pleading for them to come up with cat treats. They say cats don't like flour.
Can I look at this?
Yeah. So that is from Masshole Biscuit Company. And they're down at,
206, 260.
yeah, down in the,
Pop-up.
in the pop-up space there where Denali was. So thank you to them. Share the podcast and type shared, and you'll be entered to win. There's that. We also have another prize that Pat and I are going to pull today based on our Instagram accounts. Pat started a new Instagram account, and her Instagram is instagram.com/PatD'sPhotos. No apostrophe, obviously, because it's for Instagram. Excuse me, I got all this spittle. Disgusting. But if you were on Instagram and you shared and you followed Pat D's Photos and you followed my new Instagram account for the shop, Thirsty Seagull, and shared it with at least 2 friends, then you were entered to win. We have a prize that you could pick out any one of my hats, a 5-pack of koozies, and let me see, Jimmy. Well, thank you. 5-pack of koozies. These are awesome, by the way. I've been using these. They're really, really good. I love the bottom because they sit really flat and you don't have to worry about it. And one of Pat's awesome glass prints that look amazing up against a window. So Pat D's Photos. Pat is going to
We're
put.
gonna draw that.
Pat's actually going to put the link in there. I bet that would be great if she actually put in
Well,
www.instagram.com/PatD'sPhotos, and people would actually be able to click on it and actually take action. That'd be awesome. www.instagram.com/PatD'sPhotos. We want to get her a bunch of followers. That'd be great. Because Pat is of the mind, which I really respect. She doesn't want to clutter up her personal Instagram feed with advertisements. So she started this Pat D's Photos. And if you follow that, you can check in with some of her awesome merchandise because she really has awesome stuff. So we'll pick that towards the end, okay?
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Pat. There's that. So the eclipse. I am so not knowledgeable about the eclipse. Does anyone want to take the lead on what's going on with the eclipse and where people can see it and stuff?
Yeah, it's going to be in the sky, the sun. So tomorrow, I think it starts around 2:15. I think here we're going to be at 93% totality. I think not 100%, but 93. Which, if you look online, it's a lot. I think it's full around 3:25 or something like that. I don't have the exact time, but you can find it online easily. Apparently, there are places to get eclipse glasses around here too. I think I heard that some of the libraries are selling them.
The Sawyer Free is out.
They're out. Okay.
And they were directing people to a convenience store in East Gloucester. I think it's the one
Jeff's?
across. No, I didn't hear.
Whitehead?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, thank you for not just saying
I think it's the
something.
one across from, that's sort of across from the lobster. Is it
That little gas
7-Eleven?
station.
Yeah.
Little gas station.
Yeah, I think in my head that's where she meant.
So yeah, you can get them at any number of places. It's pretty exciting. I think the last solar eclipse was over 7 years ago. I get geeked out by this stuff, so I love it. I know the Beauport was doing a Beauport eclipse special where you could stay tonight. I don't know if they have rooms left, and you get a $75 food and beverage credit plus eclipse glasses and access to the roof deck to see it tomorrow.
awesome.
So that would be a cool experience, I think.
That's tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if they still have rooms, but
Oh,
that's
that's
what the deal
The
is
eclipse is
tonight.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right about
Phil Scannell says Little River Grocery, the little place there
Okay.
has the glasses.
Good.
Good to know. Thank you, Phil, for that. So there are, from what I understand, they have an Airbnb map of places that people are traveling, like seriously traveling, to go stay in places that you will be able to see the eclipse.
yeah.
And it's this it actually tracks exactly the track of where the eclipse is going, and it's
Cool.
like all the red dots are just completely filled in as you go across the country.
I looked to go up to Vermont to see if I could find a spot up there. There's absolutely nothing in the 100%
Wow.
filled area, so it's going to be exciting if you like that stuff.
Yeah, there's that.
do we need to do the disclaimer of do not look up at the sun? if you
Well,
don't
that's
have
that's
glasses?
why
It's-
you need the glasses. So
Yeah,
you can actually look at
But
it.
it's no joke. So we, as a school, as a school administrator, it's we are not. Some schools are dismissing early, so that students are not in between home and school during the eclipse, in case they aren't knowledgeable enough to not look up at the sun. We are offering an early dismissal, hoping that families will pick up their children and celebrate the eclipse with their grown-ups, because it's a lot of pressure, for the younger kids to have a teacher or two teachers with 20 children. Like, we bought hundreds of glasses at our school, but the thought of having teachers responsible for 20 students, 40 eyeballs, it's just too much. So we're going to keep our students who stay in the after-school program inside until the safe viewing time is over. Just because that's a lot to manage.
Smart play.
Yeah, right. So, but it would be great if families, could do that together, because it's kind of not to be missed if you can do it. But
And if you have animals that are nocturnal, you might see some behaviors during the eclipse that they would normally exhibit in the evening.
So
Do they get more horny? Is that what
I
you
don't
said?
know. Well, some of them may.
So keep your pet bats inside.
Yes,
Right.
keep your pet bats.
Pat, do you have the graphic I sent you for Bravo?
Yes.
So
So
what's another fun thing about eclipses? Actually, I don't want to move on.
wait, go ahead.
Is it's so cool that when you see it like an eclipse, like a solar eclipse, and the moon completely blocks it, that's a
The
total
halo.
coincidence. Where you just see the corona, the size is so perfect.
Yeah.
That's a total cosmic coincidence, which won't always exist because the moon gets 3 centimeters a year further away from Earth. So Someday it's not going to look like that.
I didn't know that. You really are a geek.
It's
That's awesome.
Awesome point.
You really are a geek.
So
Live long and prosper.
So I want my Good Morning Gloucester viewers, especially our GloucesterCast, Good Morning Gloucester podcast, fucking whatever we call it nowadays, viewers to be in the know on this next topic, the Detroit style pizza at Bravo by the Sea on Mondays. Now, my graphic probably, I should have made it sideways, but I did this for Facebook. They're only going to make 20 pizzas. And talking to Nick, he said you could pre-order it. So when it sells out, and they're only doing it in Manchester, so please don't call the Gloucester store and say, do you have the Detroit style pizza? It's only in Manchester. It's 4. They're going to start at 4 o'clock till they sell out, but you can pre-order. I highly suggest that you call Bravo even now and put in your order, because I want my people to get on the list to try this pizza, because it was so good. It was really, really. You missed it.
I know. I had to
You
work.
missed it too.
And Monday only is the other
And
part of
Monday
that.
only. It was so delicious and so different.
It's so good.
I mean, there's a lot of great, this is not too bad. There's so many great pizza
It's a
places.
different-
Rhea is fantastic. Sebastian's is great. There's great. Delaney's is great. Bravo is fantastic. This is, no one, as far as I know, is making Detroit style pizza around here. So if you want to try it, this is your opportunity to try it. So, I mean, that's all I really wanted to go through. I'm gonna do a little shout outs to our friends that have chimed in right here. And if you haven't chimed in to say hi, chime in now so I can mention your name.
So many people say they watch and never comment.
Yeah, that girl yesterday, the Tanzel girl.
So many people.
She was so sweet. The girl that came that does the jet skis. She
Yep.
bought the shirt. What did she buy? She bought a hat, right? Or
Yes.
koozies. What did she buy?
Mhm.
Hats.
The
Hats.
hat.
Yeah, really nice. All right. Phil and Lynn Scannell, Robert and Ed Spanks, the swingers from the most STD, highest STD rate in the country, the Villages. Jamie Matheson, Chris's betrothed, Jamie Matheson.
What's good about it?
Pat McNally, Peter Tarantino, Grace Masseri Scola, Bethany Ferreras, Annie Rochon, Ed Collin. Ed, I haven't seen Ed's name for a
Hey,
while. Oh, wow. Joanne Wood, Chris Thompson, my beautiful wife, Kate, Ruth Carol Pino, Mrs. 400, Wayne, the sexy famous mailman, Katie Hyde, Vinny Orlando, speaking of pizza, Vinny Orlando, Michael Ancevic, the Detroit pizza was epic, he says, and Annie Rochon says, hi, friends. That's all of our people that have checked in so far. And as we know, I think we had 3 or 4 people say that come in this week to the shop here at 44 Main and say, oh, I watched the podcast, but I don't say anything. And I don't know if they think that they're going to get electrocuted, if the keyboard is going to send an electric shock if they say hi to us. Frankie Cellino with us as well. So there's that. Manchester Legion fundraising efforts, April 27th.
So the Legion in Manchester, which if you haven't been there before, like it's right on the water, beautiful deck. Like once the weather gets good, like if there's any club that you want to go sit at and have a drink on the water, it's the Manchester Legion. It's a beautiful spot. They're in the middle of doing some fundraising to improve the building, improve the function space and things like that. So they're doing on April 27th, they're having Quiet Riot Act, which is a really cool acoustic duo out of Maine. And one of the guys in the band, a friend of mine, Johnny Jam Martinez, he is amazing. He plays, he sings with orchestras like around the country, classic rock orchestra. They put these orchestra shows together and do Journey songs and all this classic rock. I mean, he's got a voice you wouldn't believe. So they're doing an event on April 27th, the Legion. It's $10. All of the proceeds go to help support Legion efforts, not just the building, but veteran efforts as well. So that's going to be a good take.
That space, that deck that they have. So as far as private clubs go, everybody talks about the Gloucester Elks, how they have that view. Well, Manchester Legion has an unbelievable view, but they also have the deck.
Yep.
It's amazing that the Elks has still not put a deck on that building. Like, it is bananas to me that they haven't put a deck on that building. But, you know, whatever. The members vote. Members, if they wanted the deck, I guess they would put a deck. Vinny Orlando would know. Vinny Orlando, can you comment why on earth they have not put a deck at the Elks? I'd like to know. There's that. Kate wants to say hi to my new friend Bruce that I met at Shaw's this week. So I don't know what that's about.
That's the wrong text thread.
That's a not too subtle hint, I feel like.
Kate, you wrote.
Is
You
he
wrote that in the
single?
wrong place.
Nicole wants to know. Does he like country?
Does he like Kate? Does he like country, Kate? I don't understand.
Does
that.
he want to be number 10?
Does he
Yeah.
does he like Kate is my question.
Right?
Oh, who doesn't like Kate? Who doesn't like Kate? Listen, if you're a red-blooded American male, you like Kate. I think she's the most beautiful woman on the planet. So there's
Just
that.
said, Joe, I told you the story.
Tell me the story. Bruce at the store. I don't fucking remember this story. I don't know.
Not a good listener.
Fucking not. Do not give her any ammunition. Please do not give her any ammunition. Brenda Grimes Davis, good morning to you. I got a report yesterday from Brenda Grimes Davis's son-in-law, Chris Doe, that they went for dinner at Short in Maine. See, I said it the way you like me to say it, Brenda Grimes Davis. And Chris Doe said it was a wonderful, fantastic meal. And I said to Chris, we'll have to go together so I can experience the warmth that you felt from the bartenders. So there's that. There you go. I'm getting yelled at by my Oh my God, Joseph. Pay attention in caps, she says. So there's that. The Lobster was open. You guys, do you want to speak to the Lobster opening yesterday?
Yeah, but we didn't eat because we all had dinner plans later on, but it was packed. It was funny because we were, it was kind of a surprise soft opening, and Chris shared it out on our group text thread, but it was packed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a surprise, like everybody knew. And I was wondering how everyone in the room knew, because there were some people who are, what I would say significantly older, who I saw probably was thinking didn't see it on social media, which is maybe wrong in my thinking. But everybody seemed to know about it. It was mogged over there. It was fun.
Yeah.
Was there any work done on the inside? Because they were working inside.
They have the restaurant side open now. So last year it was just that bar side. So the restaurant portion's open now.
That's it. Back corner.
Yep.
Right.
The main part. But yeah, for just announcing it on Facebook, it was every seat was full. It was,
Yeah, that place is going to be, I mean, think about it. There's no place else in East Gloucester right now.
Yeah.
Right? And it's so cozy in there. That bar is so welcoming. They have real good bartenders in there. Just like they have at the Rum Line.
Of course.
Right, of course.
The best.
Ice cold beer.
Now, speaking of opening, what else we got? Lobster Land coming up?
Thursday, the 11th, Lobster Land
And
opens.
Declan's?
Declan's just announced. When are they? Are they
Wednesday?
this week too?
We have it on here, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have it on here.
Oh,
To the 10th. Declan's opening April 10th. Graphic, Joey.
look out.
There it is. Thank you, Pat. Good job.
Wow, we are a well-run machine.
We are well oiled today. Vinny Orlando says they have discussed putting a deck on the Elks many times and it never came to fruition. Club politics. So when he says club politics, I'm not speaking for Vinny, but my guess is because my dad was a member at Bass Rocks for decades, and Bass Rocks was like kind of a sleepy, modest priced club. Like like working guys would go there, and it didn't cost a lot to join there. And as younger members joined, and anyone will tell you, like physically, it's one of the most beautiful courses on the water. You're playing on the water for a bunch of the water views, and a lot of the younger members said, "Hey, let's fix this place up a little, make it a little nicer." And there was always a push and pull between the older guys that really wanted to keep the costs down, and the younger guys that wanted to and I don't know that it was younger guys, and a group of guys that wanted to let's make this really a lot more fancy, and obviously the dues would have had to go up. I'm not saying one is right or wrong. All I'm saying is that's generally the push and pull. So I wonder if that's the problem at the Elks, if you consider it a problem, that they want to keep their costs down, their membership price down, and the cost of having an outdoor deck would cost much. I would think it would be a phenomenal space to go sit outside and have cocktails in the summertime and listen to the waves crash. I can't imagine the cost of that deck amortized over a bunch of years would not pay back with just the amount of people that would go there. Because everybody wants to go to an outdoor place in the summertime, right? So there's that. What else? We had another comment. Caitlin, by the way, Kate, I do remember the conversation. So Kate was walking around Shaw's. This guy walks in, and she thought the guy was like just being a creep, because that happens to Kate because she's so smoking beautiful. And the guy approaches her, and he goes, "Aren't you the Good Morning Gloucester girl?" So I did remember now that you said it, Kate. And she goes, "Oh yes, why that is me." So she was very excited to be recognized from the thing.
It's like on the computer when it's like trying to load content and it loads very, very slowly. It took a while for that to get to you.
Yeah. So I just bailed myself up to get my ass reamed out when I go home. So there's that. Earth Day cleanup project, April 20th.
Yes.
That's coming up.
Earth Day's coming up. I think it's in 2 weekends. We'll be away. Jamie and One Ocean, One Love Shop. They always plan a Earth Day cleanup. They're going to do it again this year. There's a graphic there. You can also go to One Ocean, One Love, or One Ocean Apparel. And Jamie's trying to get some other businesses to take on cleanup responsibilities, different parts of Cape Ann. I know Cape Ann Sup is doing Pavilion Beach at the hotel. We'll most likely be down in the State Fish Pier area. We usually are down there. So go to One Ocean Apparel, Jamie's email's in there, and sign up to either volunteer or get your organization involved in cleaning up.
Jamie, if you're watching right now, if you share that link in a comment, Pat will be able to share that for us for the rest of the viewers. Thank you for that. That's awesome. So if you have a business or an organization and you want to get involved, it's a great way to get involved. And I know from every year getting the press releases that the people that do participate in this, you have a really good time. It's a really, really fun. Usually, I remember the brewery, you would always have like a activity afterwards. Everybody kind of meet up there and they do like pulled pork sandwiches or something like that.
I would say last year for this, when we were down at the State Fish Pier area, probably 2 hours, let's say 2 hours we cleaned up for. I think I would be underestimating if I said we had 40 bags of trash we collected. It's amazing how much stuff is out there to clean up.
Especially over the winter, because people aren't out there so much, like, picking up stuff. Thank you for sharing that link. I appreciate it. I wonder, do you know if Donna Artisoni's group, the 1 hour at a time gang, they usually do it weekly, but I haven't heard.
She's doing it next weekend. They were supposed to do it yesterday, but with the rain, she canceled. And she's doing it next weekend, and I believe she's going, I think it's St. Peter's Square, I think.
Yeah.
But she usually announces it like Tuesday or Wednesday of the week.
Right. All right. We'll keep.
I've done that a lot with her group. It's great.
Good group of people.
Yeah.
I love the whole premise of that. They do it pretty much all spring, summer, and it's literally they do it for 1 hour, so people know they're not getting sucked in for like a full day of being in bed. So that gets people out. They have a big group, and that big group in 1 hour actually does a lot of work. And the city provides those yellow bags, which is really nice of them to do. And then they know to go around and they pick up those yellow bags. It's awesome. Yes. So Jamie says, yes, they usually host a location too. Oh, I think she's talking about One Ocean, 1 hour at a time gang. Speaking of the city, I put a graphic of this pothole that was on our street. It was in between my mother's house and Kate and my house. And the pothole was that deep, and I'm not joking. And Kate's car actually had to go to Sean Nolan's because she hit it unknowingly at night and had a fairly sizable insurance claim because it destroyed like some of the undercarriage of her car, the drivetrain or whatever. And I had some damage done from as well. and I used the C-Click Fix app. Now, if you haven't downloaded the app, it's on the Apple Store and the equivalent on the Android Store, whatever they Google Play Store, I think they call that. But the C-Click Fix app, I reported the issue, and this pothole has been there for quite a long time. In 4 days, the pothole was filled. Now, Rose LaPiccolo replied, "Did you put the graphic up or not, Pat?" And it got filled over, and this was really a nasty hole. She replied that National Grid filled it. I didn't know that National Grid would fill these things, but I was really
Unless it was there.
whoever did it, and I started the process by C-Click Fix. So I'm really appreciative to all the work that the DPW does. I'm appreciative for the C-Click Fix app, and I highly recommend you use it if you have an issue in town. You can record, like, illegal dumping. You can record potholes. You can apply street lights are out, and so the way it works is you download the app, you use the location feature on your phone. You say, okay, press the location. You take a photo of what the problem is. You can write a little note, and it sends it directly to the city's DPW, and they route it to the department where the problem is. And then not only that, they follow up and they'll write in, this ticket is closed. Like, we've addressed this and it's closed. So it's an accountability thing as well. Hats off to Rose LaPiccolo and Gloucester DPW. I really appreciate them. Sugar Mag food trailer is coming to Cape Ann campsite, coming soon. I don't know if I think she was waiting for one permit, but I haven't heard the outcome of that. If anyone is Jen Cullen is usually in tune. If Jen Cullen is watching, I think that's Missy's friend or cousin. I think they're cousins. Let us know what the status of the Sugar Mag's food trailer at the Cape Ann campsite. Chris, Chelsea Berry with Chris and Joe at the Cup. That's coming up.
Yeah, so that's coming up May 4th. So Chelsea Berry, if you've seen Chelsea before, this will be a little bit different because she's performing with full band. So it's Chelsea's show. Joe and I will be opening up the show. If you've seen Joe and I before, we do a lot of covers. For this show, we'll be doing originals. So that's a little bit different from what people are probably used to. I know there are still tickets available. I know the seats are gone, but there are definitely standing room tickets. So it'd be awesome to see some friendly faces there.
There you go. Get that going for us.
Good opportunity to get to the cut too. If you haven't been into the show space yet, it's a really cool space.
Yeah.
So bring a 9, you're saying?
Bring
a 9.
Grab your favorite third wheel.
I have a ticket. I am with some other couples, and I have never been to the cut. So this will be unless I get there before then, Chris will be my cut debut. Chris, Joe, and Chelsea will be mine.
I'd like to put out there, if anyone has a normal guy that they would like to nominate for a date with Nicole,
Speed dating. We should do a dating.
Jimmy, Pat, and I will pitch in to pay for a gift card for the restaurant of their choice to take Nicole out on a date. But you have to send in a photo and a bio to goodmorninggloucester@yahoo.com, and we will vet the people. So if you know of a nice guy, a nice, respectable guy that has a job and is not a bum,
very high standards.
that likes to
Very high standards.
that likes to
That's pretty much it.
that likes to laugh,
Loves to laugh.
loves to laugh, and potentially loves to do fun things. Let us know. And Jimmy, Pat, and I by the way, I have not run this by Jimmy and Pat. I'm just assuming
Or Nicole.
that they're in. Oh, you pay?
No, that's not what I meant. But you also didn't run that by me.
Well,
Not
Chris and I were joking. Well, never mind. All right, let's
no,
move
that,
on.
No.
let's do this.
Well, I was bartending one night and I was talking to Chris and I said, it's for as much as Joey throws this out in the podcast, no one ever chimes in and is like, hey, I heard that you were. So it's very bad for my ego.
No, but I think that they think we're joking. So I'm saying good morning Gloucester at yahoo.com. So
Maybe you're intimidating to people.
That's what you wrote right here. That's what you wrote. Why is Nicole
That's
too
the
good for
question.
everyone?
In the show notes.
Is Nicole too
Wait,
good
wait,
for
wait,
everyone?
I'm going
We
right
went
here.
from
Right here.
why is Nicole so forgettable to why is Nicole too good for everyone?
Why is Nicole too good for everyone? That's in the show notes. You can read it. Oh, wait, I got
Yeah.
my finger over the thing. The question is, why is Nicole too good for everyone? So we're trying to get to the bottom of this.
Which was a big joke
and-
for anybody who's listening.
And her children are actually really cool kids, and they're almost like, pretty soon they're going
I
to
never
be
see them.
on their way. Yeah,
Yeah,
they're not a hindrance children. Let's put it that way. They're actually really cool. So there's that.
I actually don't even know where they are.
So
right now.
you guys are gonna chip in for a gift certificate for dinner for our date.
For Nicole to take
I
out.
like this. Now, does she get to choose, or you choose where?
No, she totally up to Nicole.
I like
I mean,
it.
it's $100 gift card. I'm putting in 50, and Jimmy and Pat are gonna put in 50. And if Jimmy and Pat refuse to put in the 50, I'll put in the 100.
I can see them doing that.
And I'll
We
kick
just
in.
came up last night. Jimmy and Pat gave me my favorite gift ever, maybe other than the sea ice vodka that Chris and Jamie gave me. Was my Invets membership and the monthly drawing membership.
yeah.
It was, I think I cried when you gave it to me. It
Jimmy
was
and
like
Pat are
my,
very generous.
it was like yep. It was
Very generous.
what a gift! A gift that keeps on giving.
Town of Manchester by the Sea. The town pickleball courts will be open during the week of April 1st. The hours of operation. Now listen, so pickleball is very polarizing because no one seems to want it in their backyard, and I could totally understand. I would not want pickleball courts next to me because the sound is ping, ping, ping. I wouldn't want that next to me. The Manchester by the Sea pickleball courts, I believe, are pretty far back away from homes, but they put a bunch of parameters, which I think are pretty good parameters. So I think there is a way to work around this, but I would not want it like, I'm generally not a NIMBY person, but I would not want this like abutting my property. These are generally, can you describe where the pickleball courts are in Manchester? It's like kind of back away from the road, right?
Yeah, Summer Street, there, like right by the basketball court, Sweeney Park.
But behind it, right?
No, it's kind of
Right next
a little further up the road. It used to be the old skateboarding park, the skate park.
Okay.
So it's on Summer Street at the intersection of, I think that's Forest or whatever. So it's set back a little, but it definitely is still annoying. I noticed some of the abutting neighbors because there's definitely some issues, and that's why I think the town has these rules.
Right, so the rules, so read them, because I think that it's interesting to, just if you were gonna start a discussion in Gloucester, I think that this is where you would start anyway. The hours of operation will be 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. until further notice, they say. Please adhere to the following rules. Do not enter the courts before 9 a.m. and have courts clear by 7 p.m. No music or alcohol allowed in the courts. That puts us out. No private lessons, tournaments, or fundraisers allowed without written approval from the Parks and Recreation Department. So they have some rules in place here. I'm not sure. Is there a ticketing mechanism in place? Because do you see people really, or are they gonna lock the gates before 9 a.m.? Are there gates around this? Or not?
Oh yeah. They are locked. They do come down. They lock them. They unlock them. I think those are pretty easy rules.
Well, they're easy, but they wouldn't be easy to enforce if it wasn't a lockable gate.
Yeah,
Because you could see someone going there at 7 o'clock before work because they wanted to get the pickleball in, and then it puts the person that has to enforce it in a shitty spot, right?
Yeah, they are locked. I assume that they lock them at night. When I drive by early or late, I do notice the locks on.
Yeah, just like the dog enforcer on Good Harbor Beach. They have the rules. People generally the guy was being a dick. Well, it's the rules, and he's the dog guy, right?
Yeah.
But so now we have the plovers. Have they fenced off the area for the plovers?
Yes.
By the way, we do have cowboy hats. We have the plover hat.
Are you-
Oh, no,
what's
I'm
happening?
joking.
Are you good?
I got bricks in my back here. I'm dying.
He's dying.
Down towards Joey.
No, don't worry about it, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. Forget it, Jimmy.
If they're all down towards
The
Joey.
third one's right
Yeah,
above
don't
you.
worry. We're not even gonna do it. We're not gonna do it.
Oh.
So there's that. Vultures.
No, we're not talking about the vultures.
You put the vultures
I
into
don't
the
wanna-
podcast.
I do not want to cover the
For
vultures.
people at home, there's yeah.
Let's have a Chris McCarthy moment,
This-
okay?
Chris Lagakanopoulos puts into the show notes the vultures
I
graphic.
included
And
that.
He drops the bomb, and then he fucking walks away.
I sent it via text to the group. It was for McCarthy. I figured he would be happy to see that content. I mean, Pat, do you have the graphic?
I do have it.
It requires no conversation. You just
Yeah.
see the graphic, read the graphic, end of
It'd
story.
be done.
Yeah, you point out.
So
what's up.
so vultures are bald so they can stick their heads up other animals' buttholes so they can eat them from the inside out. This is Chris Lagakanopoulos' topic, which I found very interesting.
Well, it is interesting for some people, not me.
Although you were the one that
Not to
shared it.
geek you, what?
Well, I mean,
It's no solar.
following it.
It's not a solar.
Right.
Well, to
It's no solar eclipse.
some vulture it could be, you know.
That is
So
tremendous.
as Chris's disdain for people reading aloud to him either.
Right, there's that too. But I mean, that brings us to this next point here. Chris L is getting bullied for being anti-poop. So I do get a lot of criticism from certain cast members who may be currently in Florida saying that I'm too good for them or whatever, because I say, like, enough with the poop talk. We don't
Oh,
have
so
to
this-
always be talking about poop and
So
showing.
this is actually why is Chris too good for everyone.
Right.
That's actually
And so
that's a typo.
I'm getting bullied. Chris McCarthy is trying to cancel me from Good Morning Gloucester because
He
I
wants
don't
to see
enjoy talking about poop. So the question is, you know, if you watch this thing weekly, do you want more poop talk or do you want less poop talk?
Please chime in.
Okay, so here's the thing.
We'll abide by
This is a leading topic because the people that actually get a chuckle out of the poop talk are less likely to chime in
Why do you say that?
because they'd be embarrassed to chime in, but they are giggling behind the scenes. They're giggling. So I am going to be the proxy for Chris McCarthy because we are not going to be 1623 Studios with Heather Atwood. That's no. We are Good Morning Gloucester. We are real. And people talk about poop talk and they laugh about poop.
Everybody.
I don't want to be surrounded. Everyone poops. Thank you. I do not want to be surrounded by people. Anyone that doesn't enjoy a fart joke, they're not my people.
Chris, here's the exit.
Donna, meteorologist Donna Rogers, less. Linscana, less. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It's becoming quite clear.
I think you pay
Or-
these people off.
Quite brown.
Oh, jeez.
Donna,
Oh,
these people are not.
Less poop.
Wow.
Mhm.
There's two
Mhm.
people. See, and the other people are not talking about it. Because less poop talk is better, and Joey has F-bombs.
Let's have fun.
See, this is not going to happen. I personally think the vulture raises the poop talk to an educational level, great for the whole
Oh, that's
family.
a good
That's-
point.
yep.
That's a fair point.
Farts are funny, Chris Thompson. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. All the comics are coming in. Let's go. Where are my fart people?
God.
See, I'm telling you, people. I,
Is Caitlin chimed in yet?
funny is funny. Gross is gross. Gross funny is still funny. Pat McNally.
Oh,
There we go. See, I
The tide is turning.
hey, listen. At the end of the day, I do have veto power.
Yes, you do.
Oh, of course.
And the fact of the matter is, so Pat and I have been having this discussion this week in our long hours here at the shop together. We've been talking about organizations and corporate or generally corporate organizations in general, where and boards in general, where big organizations. I understand the need for boards, but I think that an organization with a strong leader that has the best, that truly has the best interest of that company or whatever entity informed, can propel that organization so much further, so much more quickly, because they can pivot that much quicker. They have a unified vision. I feel, because I've been in organizations and I've been on boards where they get so mired down in minutia, and the people that are on the boards are so afraid of making a mistake that there's zero risk to the point that there's the progress is so slow going forward because everybody's scared to death to take that chance, even though the reward of taking that chance is far outweighs the risk. The way society is today in cancel culture, like if the guy, so to say the guy that's in the company and he says, I have this idea for this and I think it'll be really good, and it doesn't pan out, and the guy gets shit canned. Well, what does it do to the rest of the people? They cower and they don't want to make any decisions. If you have a strong leader, so the reason I'm saying this is, I think I'm personally a fan of Elon Musk, and it has nothing like I know a lot of people don't like Elon Musk because of politics, right? And he can be kind of outspoken, but I love how he runs his business because he has strong ideas and is brilliant, engineering wise, and he gets stuff done and things to market. Like he has that, whatever you feel about electronic vehicles or not, he has created something in a space where, the big three plus, you could say big four with Toyota or whatever, he has inserted Tesla into the conversation and is a viable making money business. And who would have thought that with all the years that those companies have had, that someone could come in and actually compete. It's just amazing to me. So
So are you saying you're the Elon Musk of poop? Like, because we were talking about poop.
well, I'm just saying, like, so I don't want to throw like any other media businesses under the bus, but I think that there are certain media businesses in town that are really well intentioned and stuff, but because of boards, they can't do things that would help them propel and make them a lot more competitive and a lot more viable. It's better for Good Morning Gloucester because I think more people could, because of our the way that we operate. Paul Gamber, there you go, Paul Gamber, the Elon Musk of poop talk. Exactly. I think you guys, great minds.
Yep.
Great minds.
And Polly is chiming in, so we should mention that she's opening her shop at the end of April 25th, was it? I think.
There's a way to
Her 25th year.
There's a way to just fucking derail the
just
conversation.
and that-
Thank you, fucking Pat. Thank you.
Annie Roshan says, keep the poop and the content. Annie, we're going to speak offline. You and I have talked about this before, and I feel like you're not exhibiting your true feelings here.
Pat McNally says you can't fix a bad decision. You can fix a bad decision. You can't fix no decision. Pauline says, hi, everyone.
Very philosophical.
I like that. Funny as funny goes. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, no, it wasn't about. It's not about. It really isn't. I see it only because it's from my perspective. Because I've been on boards and I feel like I've been able to lead this thing in a powerful direction, and I feel and I've tried to influence things in other organizations where they're just like, oh, we can't. The answer is always we can't. And like, to me, there are certain fixes that would be just so easy to implement with little or no cost, and just stuff doesn't get done. But anyway, there's that. Anyway, okay, Pat. So let's talk about Pauline. I love Pauline. Pauline's going to open when, Pat?
I've got to check. It's the end of April. I want to say the 25th.
We can't.
She'll chime in, right? Is she ready
Yeah.
again? When is it?
It's her 25th year.
No, I think.
Donna Rogers.
Donna Rogers is right again. Right again.
Was she right?
Chris and Nicole are being so patient during this rant.
How many eye? So
In my head, I'm like,
so I wasn't paying attention. But how many eye rolls did Nicole and Chris do while I was going?
All the eye rolls.
All the
my
eye rolls.
my eyes are sore.
If we had those bubbles,
I was trying to connect the dots in my head, being like, what is he? Too much poop? Elon Musk?
Yeah, we
Joey's in
started
charge?
with
I don't
poop,
know.
and then like 10 seconds later, he's like, and boards of directors. I'm like, oh, where are we going? But
No.
you brought it
But
around
he has
nicely.
veto.
It's
he has
important to
veto
have a
power.
perspective. and you bring a perspective and direction to everything that we do here.
So next
And
week,
so I am now on academic probation.
right? I was gonna say next week.
No, I
we'll
like.
be raffling off
I
these
don't-
2 seats.
I don't
Over here.
necessarily. Pat knows that I don't necessarily stifle. If people have a good opinion, Pat has changed my mind on things, and has alerted me more eye rolls. More eye rolls. There's that. Pauline's gift will be opening on April 26th. We'll have to do Pauline a couple days before the 26th. Please invite us to come up, and I'll come up and do a little video review of your new items this year. Oh,
And she's got, they redid the inside.
yeah,
they did
big,
a lot of
big
work in there.
renovation. And what year is Pauline's gift? How many years has she been in business?
It'll be her 25th this year.
25th.
So that's a big one.
Yeah.
There's that.
Well,
Sun is
that's
coming
sun.
through.
Sun is
Nice.
coming through. Yeah. Usually we get the overheating message at this point on my. I have to do a shout out to my friend. My laptop shit the bed. So you know how like everybody's like, actually I haven't got this in a long time, Pat, which is very refreshing. The whole you only do this for the money thing.
Oh,
Which is
yeah.
very refreshing. I haven't got one of those comments, but I think maybe that's because I've gone through this thing. Oh, I just block people that if they say something really ignorant. So maybe that's why I haven't got that. But another example of like, it costing a lot of money to run this thing. Like I'm probably going to be in line for a $1,500 laptop here. But in fairness, the iPad Pro has been running pretty well, but we just can't. So right now I can't get the PAP cam on. Jimmy's not on camera because we're running it off of the iPad instead of having our 3-camera setup.
And he should be because that's a really smart shirt he's wearing.
Jimmy, come around. I want people to see this.
I do love that one.
Careful.
Come on.
Oh,
No, I
Yeah.
want number 9.
Oh.
so you got to see how good Jimmy looks
Look
in
at
this
that.
shirt.
You
This
see?
is one of my Gloucester golf shirts right
With
here.
the Gloucester
Very
logo up there. It looks like a.
Okay, go to the corner, Jimmy. Because it'll be a better perspective.
That's empty, but I'll pick it up anyway. Oh, excuse me, Jimmy.
Oh, boy.
Nobody puts Jimmy in the corner.
It looks like the
Look how good
dimples.
that shirt looks.
It looks like I'm
just
trying.
Go towards, go that way.
It looks
There you
like dimples of a golf ball.
Look at how handsome Jimmy
Is
looks
that a
in
thing?
that
Is
shirt.
that supposed to look like that?
No, they're hexagons.
It looks like the dimpled golf ball right there.
Oh, maybe.
And I know a lot about golf. We
Wait.
talked about before the show started.
That's a bonzo. That's not a golf ball.
That's a
No,
positive.
the pattern
Oh,
looks
okay.
like if you pick
Those
up.
are some of the Gloucester golf shirts that are right there.
I
I
love it.
love your background. Nothing better than looking at the beautiful West End front page. Yeah, it really is frontages. I agree with you. I agree, Pauline. It is we are blessed to have this spot. I love it. I love being down here. Wayne Moulton, that's the one I want. 3XL. I'll look and see if I have a 3XL for you, Wayne. Sexy famous.
That's the
man.
one he came in the other day talking about.
Oh, this is the one he wants? All right, I'll look. If I can't find Wayne, if I can't find it in inventory, because I have a bunch of blanks that I haven't printed. But Wayne, by the way, shout out to Wayne of Sexy Fitness Mailman. He challenged me to sell more golf apparel.
Yeah.
And I made, where are those hats? Okay, here, where's the golf ones? Jimmy, are the golf ones? Right in front of your hat face. Look straight. Right there. So I made up these hats. And I sold out of them this week. So I hate to just take up this time. I just want you to see this particular hat. This is a Gloucester golf hat, but not just looking at the quality of this hat, which is a seriously awesome hat. I want you to see the inside because for spring golf, it has this fleece lining inside. It's not super thick, but it's really super soft, and it has a flex. This right here is like a flex band. I think that this is just a super elite hat. And Wayne challenged me to sell some golf apparel, and I put them on the shelf, and they did sell out. I do also have them. I made up a couple, just a couple, with the Good Morning, the same hat with the Good Morning Gloucester logo. So if you're looking for one, these are not on the website, but the golf one might be on the golf. I don't think the golf one's on the website, but you can come down and buy them. I have them in the shop. And I don't want to. I just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
thank you.
just trying to get them.
I also have some women's quarter zips
Yeah.
in Navy in stock. But yeah, I really didn't want to make it all about that.
Thank you
but
to Wayne.
I wanted to shout out to Wayne.
Yeah, thanks Wayne for such a compelling challenge, issuing such a compelling challenge to Joey.
Well, I really hadn't sold much Gloucester golf apparel. I had made a bunch of
My
it.
boys have May and June birthdays, and they're both golfers. And I told you I was going to buy them some golf stuff. I try to buy things that they need.
I mean, those are really.
Because you
Did you feel the inside of those?
No, I
Can,
did
can,
not.
can I have one? Honestly, I want a second apparel. Honestly, just feel that hat and feel the inside of that hat.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that's an elite baseball cap? So one guy came and he bought one. He didn't know about it. He felt. I said, "You got to feel this." He felt it. He left, and he came back the next day. He says, "Do you have any more of these?" My friends saw it. They couldn't believe how good it was. Totally different hat.
Different Velcro.
Yeah,
That's-
really. It's just all around really built really well, and that material. It's just. I don't know. I get excited about these things. I really think this is
It is a nice hat.
It's a really, really nice hat.
No poop talk, but
There's no poop talk.
But
you,
it's
you
pretty-
can poop
pretty
in the
good.
hat.
you can poop in the hat if you need to.
You have a couple comments you might want to look at.
Oh boy.
I'm tuning in for world news, not the home shopping. Oh, here we go.
Who said that?
Drew. Yes.
Drew. I feel like
And then we have Gamma jumping on the wagon. Tell me you have a CEO with ADHD without telling me you're a CEO with ADHD. We agree, Drew.
See, this is why we need Drew and Paul more often. They're just laying in bed.
Yeah,
The zingers, you know?
Zing, zing.
we had a Drew sighting yesterday, kind of. I
Oh,
think
tell us the
Drew show
story.
up. Drew as well. So like sometimes I wish the viewers could see our text thread.
And sometimes I don't.
And sometimes I'm really glad that you don't. But there's a lot of we have a lot of controversy in the text thread because it's really supposed to just be. We used to have two text threads.
Yes.
One was for like ball busting, as
It
you
was
call it.
GMG ball busting.
And then there was podcast topics, and
Right.
sometimes the lines blur, and we would get citations if we commented on the wrong text thread. But now that we just have one, and
Demerits.
sometimes demerits, and sometimes we write things that aren't really intended to be live, but we forget to put all that Chris shared, which Joey was more than happy to put on. But anyway, so on the text thread, often we'll talk about where we're going to meet up, and Drew has started sometimes telling us he's going to be places when he's actually in Southwest Florida. And we get excited to see Drew because we don't see him as much, or I don't see him as much. So we're like, oh, Drew might come.
I didn't pick
So
up
we
on that.
wait,
Again,
we
that's the
wait, and we
second
wait.
time he got me.
Yeah, no, he
was-
was in town yesterday, but
Oh, he
we
was.
thought he was full of shit because he was doing that like, oh yeah, I'm aiming to be there at 4, and oh, I just have to pop my head in here first, and it very much sounded like one of the days where
No,
he
he
gives us a hard
clearly
time.
said he had to check in with the bartenders at
Which I
Tono to
love.
make sure all of their car payments were paid.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to go there
Yeah.
and tune them all up because he's
He wasn't
no-
checking in with the bartender at the rum line about my car payment.
known as a very good tipper.
Yes,
Drew
he is.
Hill.
It's important though. So Drew ended up
He did show
showing
up.
up and then ignored us the whole time.
Right, he came
He
in,
came
literally
in
didn't say
and
what,
went over and talked to Mark Leonard and ignored us the rest of the time.
and then gave us a hard time when we all had to leave because we had plans. He's like, "Where are you going?" We're like, "We've been here for an hour."
And then he said, "Let me know where you end up later after dinner." So I texted Drew and said, "Here's where we are. Here's where we're going next." And I just got a series of question marks. I'm like, why? Like, why are you trying to humiliate me and make me feel unimportant? Like we never had this conversation.
Oh, he's probably three deep. Oh, 3 deep. Oh, by the way, we met someone yesterday that said they were going to Tono. Oh, the
Oh,
the
yes,
woman, the
that's
woman
right,
that's at
yeah.
the yacht club
The
in
South
South
Shore
Boston.
lady,
Yeah, really nice lady. Another podcast listener
Another one that said
that-
she doesn't.
that watches. Oh, Jesus, Pat,
Thanks.
you all right over there?
Yep.
Yeah, and she said she was specifically going to Tono because she wanted to see them pour the martinis with the, that
Meniscus.
the meniscus. Yeah. And you proved that you are capable of serving the. You can pour it. Can you serve
I'll put it on my grinder profile.
It's
Meniscus
There's that.
porn.
Can't hurt.
Drew
Okay.
says, "I'll never live this down." Oh, he's losing.
Where you going?
He's losing sleep. Drew's-
But then Marcy Plant arrived and he was happy. Marcy and
is
so
that?
then people came.
Did I talk about Kalamata opening?
Nope.
All right, I should mention the Kalamata, the Greek place where Sugar Mags has opened. I've been there several times, and you've been there with me.
Yep.
Jimmy and Pat. No, Pat hasn't.
I haven't been there
Jimmy
yet,
has.
but yeah.
We've all had really, really good experiences. Very fresh salads. We'll speak to you.
Yeah, I've been 3 times. So I had the Greek salad with grilled chicken the first time, then which was amazing. Probably the best Greek salad I've had outside of Greece. But then the second time I had, I think it was called like the horitiki salad, which is more like a traditional Greek salad with no lettuce. It's like peppers and cucumbers and tomatoes and a big block of feta on top. That was amazing. That's dressed with olive oil.
I'm getting that next time.
And then I also had a pasticcio plate with the salad. It was all awesome. Love it. My new favorite place.
I got the spinach and feta omelet. It was light and fluffy, delicious, very fresh. I got a pork gyro with French fries. I got the chicken gyro with French fries, and I got a steak tip salad. Yeah, like a chicken kebab salad, but steak tips instead. All really, really delicious. I think if you haven't been yet, it's interesting that they took out as many tables as Missy had at Sugar Mags. They took out all the center section of tables and that front table where where that curved window was. And I don't know if that's just a function of we're not wanting to get overwhelmed as they start out and be able to, build their team into being able to handle a big flow, or if that's the way they plan on having it. I will, next time I go, I'll ask about that. But yeah.
So is that the best thing that you've had this week?
Peter Canavo, you can buy a hoodie here. I'm sorry, what?
Is that the best thing that you've had this week? On that.
Oh,
salad?
you haven't discussed that. What? Go ahead.
I don't think it's funny. I was on the drive here today. I was thinking about this question. I don't think I ate here. He must have heard the.
Hey, Johnny, how are you? What's that? No, nice to see you, buddy.
I don't think I've eaten in Cape Ann this week, but I went to Toscana last night
You
in
mentioned that.
Peabody. Yeah, and I got an eggplant rollatini or something, and it was yummy. But I didn't eat anywhere here this week.
I'm gonna go with Kalamata. I mean, I went there 3 times because the salads were so good. I love salads. So when I find a place that I have an option for new salads that makes a good salad, I go there a lot.
Pat?
The buffalo scallops at the Gloucester House.
Good call.
Yummy.
I
And
haven't had them yet.
Pan-seared scallops at Gloucester House over a seaweed salad.
Really
That
good.
was
So right now, if you don't know, it's scallop season in Gloucester. There's scallop boats from all over the Northeast fishing out of Gloucester because the season has opened. It's a great time to order scallops any place because I guarantee you they're getting fresh scallops. And whereas it's not a time to eat lobster because the lobster price is through the roof because of the right whale closure, this is the time to eat scallops. Eat just about the way you think about farms, farm fresh. When things are in season, they're abundant, they're cheap. You eat that way. Now, if you're talking seafood, eat wherever you go, or if you like scallops, eat the scallop dish. I'm gonna go with Bravo and their Detroit pizza, which I'm gonna just go over one more time quickly. Bravo is gonna serve Detroit style pizza Monday. You have to order it by phone. Only at the Manchester location. Don't call the Gloucester location and ask them if they have Detroit style pizza. They won't. It's going to be available at 4:00. They are taking pre-orders and they're only making 20 pizzas. You can call as soon as they open today and get on the list. The way I understood the way he explained it, I would highly, highly recommend because it is totally unique. They're not huge. The pizzas are probably. If you want to take that graphic down for a
I
second.
can't. The connection's reconnecting.
Okay, I'll get you. Thank you, though. There's that. I'm going to hit it again. All right.
Oh,
Thank you, Pat. The pizzas are like that big. Like that. So, I think for 2 people.
looks like it's pretty big. The photos that you shared look pretty big.
Yeah. I mean, it was actually probably the size of.
It's thick.
It's probably, it's thick. So Pat, would you agree that it's the size of a piece of like a piece of paper
A little bit smaller maybe, but yeah, about that.
like that? Okay, yeah, and thick, and the
Very
top
thick,
is
yeah.
great. So there's that.
They have great salads there too.
Yeah.
Bravo, their salads are awesome.
My daughter loves the chicken Caesar salad and the chicken Caesar pizza for all that matters. So I think that's it. We gotta pull our prizes. How many shares do we have, Pat, for the podcast prize?
Shares are 13.
13. That's it for those prizes. All right.
I think this is the first podcast probably in months where nobody has said the words smash burger.
I know.
I know it's on the thing because we pushed out the contest, but
So we're gonna do it in the summer, early summer maybe.
no, probably. Well, as soon as we see like we're into some good weather, that I don't have to work.
Speaking of good weather, Pat, you commented on this too. Cape Ann Whale Watch. It's always
April 27th.
super exciting
Yep.
time of year when the whales are back in town, and you just said right whales as well. But the whales are always so great to see
So the
out
podcast.
here.
Thank you for that, Nicole. So the podcast prizes, a pair of
No. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
a pair of Eclipse glasses donated by Chris Legopoulos. If you share the podcast and type shared, and your other prize is from Masshole Biscuit Company, all natural treats for your dog. Everything is natural, and this is a $15 bag right here. So you're gonna say dog treats or Eclipse glasses. The Eclipse glasses are coming as a pair, and we're gonna give you a minute or so to share the podcast and type shared to be entered.
You can only
And
get the Eclipse glasses if you're dating someone or married. It's not for single people.
And don't forget
With friends like these.
if you have a single male that is normal, has a job, and is not like horrible looking, please send in the profile.
Horrible
Good morning,
looking.
Gloucester.
Who can also tolerate hanging out with this group of clowns,
Yeah.
in addition to, right, because you might have to spend a lot of time with
Pat,
this group.
Jimmy, and I are donating a $100 gift card to take out Nicole on a date, but we have to vet the person. So.
And I'm donating 5 hours at the Marriott Courtyard.
Oh, hey now! Woohoo! No, you showed it at one of those places on Route 1 with the caves in Middleton. Everybody knows that reference. All right, we got a couple more shares, and right after we pick that, we're gonna pick out of our. We have a different mechanism for picking from the people that followed Thirsty Seagull and Pat D's photos on Instagram. We're picking a prize, which is any hat, set of my koozies, or one of Pat's awesome glass prints. So that's separate. So single, male, normal, and likes country music. Pat McNally says. Big question mark. Big question mark.
Yep.
All right, we have it looks like we have a couple more shares on there.
I got up to 15 now.
You're up to 15. Okay. Here's this. Let's go here.
So you're going to answer that you want the Masshole biscuit or the Eclipse glasses, if you are chosen.
All right, and number 14.
Number 14, Jamie Matheson.
Whoa, that's not an inside job. We started. Yeah, that's
Get
not.
the Eclipse glasses.
Oh, Peter Canavo just joined, so I'm gonna put one more in.
Okay.
All right, so 16 for the second pick. And Peter, you can.
Dog cookies for Jamie.
And so Peter, you can pick up the hoodie here, Peter. All right, 1 to 16.
For the Eclipse glasses.
Number 9 for the Eclipse
Number
glasses.
9, Ed Collard.
Ed Collins, there you go, Ed. Ed is there. There's no one that has. Hey, there's my mama. There's Mama. There's no one that has a bigger horseshoe up their ass than Ed Collins.
I'm gonna stand up and let you know.
You know the reference, right? So now we're gonna
She's
Pat.
trying to figure the door out.
I'm trying to.
Watch your coffee there,
Oh my
Nicole.
goodness, I'm sorry.
That's right, Rob.
Hi, I came in to say hello.
Yeah, come on in. We're just about to pick. Mom, we're gonna let you pick the winner of the.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Just be super careful here.
Peter's outside
I'm
waiting.
sorry.
I'll take
No,
this.
sit down.
So this is for the winner of the sharing, right here. Don't look, you can't look,
I
Mom,
don't know
Jesus.
what you're doing.
Sit down here, because we want people to know that this is a fair. Mom, sit down, please. Come on.
I'm so glad I came. All right, I'm sitting.
All right.
Martin,
Now you can't look.
I'm not looking.
I'll put your hand in the bag.
I'm putting my hand in the, I love these bags, by the way.
Oh,
This
thank
is-
you.
word.
They
This is
are
for
available.
Make sure you only have one in your
You're
hand.
giving a match?
You only have one,
I
right?
think so.
Just lean
Okay,
against
good.
it.
All right. I'm gonna read.
Martin, yeah.
Thank you, Ed.
Will Marie Torres is the winner. Will Marie Torres. I know who that is. That's
Oh, that's awesome.
that's one of my she Coastal Arts, I think, is the name of her
Oh,
Instagram
yes,
thing.
yes, it is.
And she just did an unbelievable painting. Her husband Gil lobsters for me, and she did a picture. I think it's supposed to represent him on the back of his lobster boat, hanging over, and her as a mermaid, and he's like holding her.
Cute.
It's a really beautiful painting. So I've never I've never seen her comment on the podcast, so I don't know if she listens.
Right.
But we obviously we
We'll
can
do
reach
that,
out to her.
yeah.
So congratulations to you. You can pick that out. You can pick that up
Here?
at the 44 Main Street. We'll be here. What time are we gonna be? Till 3 today, Pat?
Till 3 today.
We'll be
Okay,
here till 3
can I
today.
say something now?
Absolutely. Not.
Uh-oh,
Okay,
not you. I was
I just-
out on my coat here.
okay. I just want to show you this.
Nice.
I purchased this.
Hold it right here, man.
Oh, the nightlight.
Okay.
Hold it
This
right
thing
close.
is absolutely fantastic, and she
Aw.
has different ones, but I like the one with the boat.
Thank you,
But
Pat.
there's a cardinal, there's the fisherman's statue, there's a dory boat, and I suggest you come down and get them before they're sold out because they are fabulous.
And
Okay,
I've got some new ones coming in.
and you got new ones coming.
New ones
Okay.
coming in.
Aren't they
Yeah,
amazing?
they're
They
very
are
Wow,
nice.
you've seen them.
Auto
At,
sensor
you've seen them
nightlights.
at night,
Yeah, because I put it look like
and
when
they're
you
luminescent. They're just
and then you know what? They shut off automatically when the daylight comes, and they turn on when it's nighttime. So
Yeah,
it
they're very
just
nice.
brightens the whole stairway, the whole area. It's fabulous. Just
Thank you,
Pat,
Pat.
I don't think you've ever had such an unbelievable
endorsement.
endorsement as that.
That's
Wow,
correct.
you are.
I would agree
That
with
was
you.
a tremendous
well, I'm not
endorsement.
lying. It's the truth.
No, that's.
But everything else in here is good. But you know something? The other thing is, give me that bag. Pat was so nice, and she put it in one of these bags. And I have it in the car now because I'm going to Boston, and I had to put some things in it. This bag is fabulous, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Okay?
With a purchase, Pat,
Yeah.
you get one
Free-
of these
free with
awesome
it,
bags.
Yep,
Yeah.
free with a $50 purchase.
$50
or-
purchase because they cost. I
Or-
couldn't believe how much money she spent on these bags, and
Yeah.
she was giving them away to people. I says, Pat, make sure people are buying stuff. 'Cause
But
you
you
can't
know
just give these
something?
away.
I'm going to get, because I have a knitting group.
Mhm.
We get together every week. And then birthdays and Christmas, we always do presents. That's what they're getting.
That's awesome.
I hope
What
they're
an
not.
idea.
I hope they're not listening.
So we got
Some of them do.
we
So,
got a couple of comments right here.
but
Peter
I'm
Canales
gonna
says-
use it.
You have
Peter-
bands out
Peter
there.
Canales says, "Don't yell at your mother."
Thank you.
Wayne, the sexy famous mailman, says the podcast just improved with mom. And Chris Thompson says your mom rules. So huge fan base,
Thank you. Thank you.
huge fan base for
Tell
mom.
him this because he yells at me all the time. I just want you to know. I love him dearly, but you know, oh, you kid. Okay. With that, I'm leaving. Okay.
She just comes in,
I
drops
love you.
bombs all over the place. No, that was great. Great job, mom. Thank you. I love you
You're
too.
going to Boston, drive carefully.
Yeah, I am.
What do you got? You gotta go. What you gotta get right now?
I'm going to Boston to Brigham's to see Auntie Angela, and I'm staying overnight.
All
So,
right.
okay.
All right. Great. No, have a.
A
Great.
safe trip.
Scola says, good morning, Pat.
Well, good morning,
Grace
Grace.
Masseri's for Carlo's daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Grace. She's a sweetheart.
Sweetheart. She was a teacher, right?
Yes, she is. I taught with her when I was substitute teaching.
All right.
Okay.
Be careful. That mother's a
Safe
step
drive.
down when you.
I'm sorry.
Good weather.
Anyway, this is. I guarantee the whole thing's going over right now.
You think I'm kidding?
You know,
I'm,
we're
I'm
on.
on pins and needles. She's
We're
gonna
on,
knock
Mike.
over the whole works.
The mic
It's gonna
is right
sit
here,
right
Mom.
back down here. Oh boy. Joey, we have matching
Yes.
matching
yes.
shirts on.
And there's only a handful of these left. There's 4. No, I think there's 6 of these left. 6 of these are. I mean, these are great.
All right.
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for. You hanging out, Ma?
No, I'm going.
Okay. Yeah.
Love you all.
Good to see you.
Love you.
Thank you.
Take your time.
Sorry I interrupted.
No, we love that you came.
Drive
You
carefully.
added a tremendous element to the podcast. Yeah.
Hi to all
Absolutely.
my friends.
Big fan. Big contingency.
Safe ride.
Okay,
Huge contingency.
bye.
Bye.
Get
Peter
that.
Canal says, send him to the boxing club. Lost the boxing club if he yells at you again. Pete's going to tune me up. So there's that. All right. I think we're done. Whew.
Think we
That was a
are.
very successful, great podcast.
We laughed, we cried.
Be educated.
Oh, I want to know. So, see, Pat. By the way, National Biscuit Company. I want to get a stamp like this, so that we can we can buy bags a lot less expensive and just stamp the bags. So I think that's a really cool look. Anybody know where you can get? Probably Etsy, right?
Sure, definitely.
Oh,
see.
yeah.
You used to get
Isn't
so
that
big
You
on
can get
Fiverr.
those online easy.
Yeah, probably
Did you used to use Fiverr or something?
Fiverr.
Fiverr?
But that's for
Fiverr.
I think that's for digital goods, though, isn't it? Fiverr.
Fiverr.
All right. Ed, let us know who's going to pick it up.
He did. He gifted them
She
to us.
loves to
Thank you,
laugh.
Ed.
Oh, okay. And who the Masshole biscuit one was who? Jamie. Oh,
Jamie's
so
kid,
Chris,
yeah. Mhm.
Chris is betrothed. All right, everybody. Next time we'll see you, we'll be live from Mexico.
Ugh, not all of us.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. did I
All right.
Oh, wait, you want to put out
Scotty,
ashes.
come on.
Oh yes. Thank you
I was supposed to
so
remind you.
much, Jimmy. Jimmy, so great. You are the best, Jimmy. All right. We got two different things to show you before we leave. This is my beautiful niece who may or may not be a demon child.
Ashes, ashes, we all fall down.
like
Alright.
that would be
If
it.
that is not
Terrifying.
then I don't know what is. I'll see you guys. Have a great day.
Down with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's good morning, Gloucester, to you. Oh, it's good morning, Gloucester, to you. I say good morning, Gloucester, to you. Good morning, Gloucester, from over the bridge.